very impromptu stream tonight. I'm used to saying tonight. Right now. Um, yeah, I had some time today. Wanted to do a little bit of dev. Cranking away at level 8. And I do like these streams as like kind of also like video, like vlogs, so to speak, of progress. So even if it's only for like 45 minutes, at least it's enough to like even if I only go for like 45 minutes and no one hops on while I stream, at least then it could be looked back on and be like, oh, okay, that's when that was created and that's how that was created. Yeah, so level 8, like, also if I just suddenly stop talking or if I like go really quiet for a while, we got a kitten, which was actually featured on our last 7-day stream on this past Wednesday. And she's a kitten, 4 months. So if I have to step away, it's probably because I'm wrangling or getting her off. Well, wrangling. And she decided to loaf under me, so I guess I'm good for the time being. But anyway, level 8 has been a very unique dungeon to develop. Oh, and I just did this for the backside of the boss doors just to make it look a little cooler instead of just nothing there. Hey, Soma. How's it going? But yeah, level 8's been probably the most challenging dungeon to date. You got a kitty? Oh yeah, I got a kitty. We got a kitty. In our last 7 days stream, she was actually on stream for a little bit. I wonder if I can find the timestamp. But anyway, actually, let me see if I can find the timestamp. I'm pretty sure it was like at the very end too. Yes. All right. If you want to see the kitty, I'll send it to our semi-cooperative Discord. There. I sent it if anyone wants to see it. It's in our channel Discord, which link in the description. Anyway, this dungeon has been extremely difficult because it is going to be a big one. It is 5 floors. In fact, I've got floor 1 and 2. So this tab is on floor 1. This is floor 2. This is floor 3, floor 4. Now, granted, floor 4 and floor 5 are literally just spires. But it's still big and convoluted. Like, I'm finally getting to the point in my quest where I can do very, very hard dungeons, or not really. I could do larger dungeons that are more convoluted, more complex. I can basically do what in my mind I was trying to do in my mini quest when I made the one dungeon. Even though that dungeon's probably only at the level of like level 5, level 4. Actually, maybe level 3. Even level 4 was pretty big. This has been a challenge, and I've been trying to use a somewhat new strategy where I just kind of create paths how I think that, and I try to anticipate how they're going to. I'm trying to think of how I phrase it. I kind of just created paths, basically, and I left them very basic. As you can see, it's still very empty. So that if I needed to change them or accommodate a new idea, I can very easily. But yeah, the last major thing I just did was this. This is basically going to be the dungeon item grind. You have a couple of staircases that themselves have blockages and things you have to unlock to get through. This is how you get the dungeon item. You walk through. These stairs take you right here, which is where the dungeon item is. Not a lot of styling yet. Yeah, that's going to take some time. Yeah, it's all just dungeons right now. Where'd she go? Oh yeah, she's over there now. I'm not even worrying about enemies yet. I have some ideas for enemies, but I'm not really thinking about it too much. But yeah, so this is what we've got for level 8 so far. I don't know how long I'm going to stream, but I just want to do a little bit at least. I think the last thing, yeah, this is the last thing I was looking at. The only thing that is not yet built in any way is the way to the boss, which the boss is going to be at the top of a tower. This dungeon, well, this is what the dungeon looks like. So, I mean, I know that there's 4 here, technically 6, but those aren't included in the actual dungeon layout. These are included, these are the floor 5 and 6, the 2 4x4 squares. Oh, you haven't? Okay. There's been a little bit. I've done a few streams of it. What? Why is that there? Okay. I just saw this corner here was dark, and I didn't know why. Alright, I'm going to keep that note there, even though I don't need it, because I'm not going to forget the main concept of this dungeon. Okay, yeah, so doing the way up to the boss. So this screen matches up with this screen. Okay, and that should just work. I could double check. Yeah, I don't normally stream during the day, but the little one here is not being a menace. I actually am able to have her out in the house without ruining the place. So I figured, okay, this gives me some time that I can actually buckle down here. All right. Just want to make sure that worked well. And of course, none of these work. I didn't want to set up any... Okay. What? I fell there. That was strange. We're going to do boss room. And then after boss room comes a very difficult period of time where I'm going to actually try to figure out the routing here. I'm not looking forward to the routing. I'm completely honest. When I can't think of how I want to do something, I actually get some anxiety, and this has been giving me anxiety because it's like, how am I going to do this? All right, I think I put those stairs as placeholders because these line up with these. Okay. All right, so these are regions. Have you conjured the idea of having a dungeon where you fight the boss super early and then you need to find the Triforce piece instead? I have not. Okay, she's still right there. I didn't have that thought. That is an interesting thought. Because in this dungeon, you encounter the boss early, but you don't actually fight him early. That is an interesting idea. I kind of like it. I'll keep that in mind. All right. This spire is going to be very different from the other one. The other one's like a puzzle one. I still don't even really know where any items are going to be except the dungeon item because I actually set that up. My hand's been so unsteady. Jeez. Okay. Dang it. Okay. Fight and kill early, then journey. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. I did not think of that. The one thing I'm going to need to figure out, and it's something I really like. So, okay, these rooms are actually kind of unfortunate. Because I want them all to be regions. Including the higher level here. This is just a big maze, as you can see. But the mechanic from level 4, where you have platforms hidden by the lens and you have torches that help you see that's coming back, which I think is perfect because level 4 first featured the magic pirates, and now this is like actual magic pirate
home base. So yeah, that's that tower. This one, I want. Okay, so what I was gonna say that is unfortunate, I didn't finish my thought, is that um having a regions like this does not work well with like enemies, and like it doesn't work well with enemies in the sense that in this screen, if something happens, like secrets are triggered when all enemies are killed. I've had flaky behavior with that. Well, actually, well, it worked in level 5, so maybe it's not as flaky. But basically, like designing these screens as one screen, basically. Um, I don't really know what I want to do for this. I'm thinking like a big battle arena sort of thing. My hand is so dreadfully unsteady. Okay, having 2 staircases here doesn't really match the cool look. It still looks cool. Better yet, maybe you don't even need to kill the enemies here. Maybe there's just 4 switches you need to hit, guarded by all these enemies. Oh, it's funny you say that, Soma. I did already. That is in here. It's on the first floor, actually, right here. And so not only is it in here, but it's been improved. One thing I always felt goofy about the way I did this, and it must have been a cool idea to me at the time, but it didn't really make sense later on. The fact that you need to hit this switch. Why is this here? In fact, it's actually funny. I didn't change this one. I already changed the other one. Yeah, the other one I already modified. So let me see how I did the other one. Yeah, see, this is what this one looks like now. It occurs to me that you aren't the right C set. Yeah, so it's super simple. The shutters just work and they react to secrets being triggered. I have 2 scripts. Actually, yeah, I have 2 scripts running. I have a switch trap that Moosh has. It's one of the switch scripts I had from Moosh. And then trigger once enemies killed, which is a super basic script. In fact, it was right here. So I've removed, so this is 4 lines of code. It was like 20. It was much more complex, and I looked at it and I was like, why? So it literally waits until there are enemies, then it waits while there are enemies, and then trigger secrets. I probably can do this with combo triggers. It's super simple. And that's it. Like it plays better, and it's much simpler. Oh, well, I don't want to do that, but it's fine. Shoot. Actually, no, I want that. I don't even know why I was modifying it. This is a different arena. So this should just work. Like, this layer nonsense I was doing doesn't need to happen. I feel like Demo 6 is going to have a lot of this where it's like I go back into things and I'm like, why is this so strange? And then I fix it, just making it so much simpler. Who knows? My quest file might be a decent bit small. Well, it's not going to be smaller. I don't know what I'm saying that for, but I'm downsizing the complexity of things. All right, let me just double check that this actually still works now. Nope. Well, it spawned me on top. Okay, you can't be up here. Nope. Nope. She keeps trying to jump on me to get on my desk and such, but I don't want to promote that, so you come in. Nope. Stop. I'm just gonna keep doing that. She'll learn eventually. Enemies spawn. Enemies die. Yeah. Oh. Well. That needs to change. Yeah, I know you want to get on my desk, but no. There. So it's much simpler. Oh, crap. Where'd she go? No, she's just meowing as she leaves. Okay. There we go. Works well. Why can't I hit this again? So hang on. Switch trap. Nope. Ow. Crap. Just gonna keep banging her head up against this wall, huh? You gonna do it again? You gonna do it again? Yep. Ow. My left leg's gonna get completely tore up from her. I thought I actually had this fixed, but apparently not. This is easy to do. She's just sitting behind my chair. Okay, she's leaving. Oof. That should work. The only thing is once it's set. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, I could set it here. What do I normally set this to? It is true. Okay. I used to do 1. I used to do true. Or I used to do 1 because Boolean and ints were kind of interpreted the same way. I think they still are, but it's a bit more proper to do a Boolean. Oh, I know. I grew up with cats. I lived once I moved into my first apartment in Wisconsin, that was the first time I didn't live with cats. So I was already like 22, something like that. So I've lived with cats for over 20 years, so yeah. All right, cool. So it won't come back. Neat. Which, of course, modifying that modified this one. Cool. Yep, that's all it is. It's super simple. Switch trap and then my script, and it works. All right. So what was I doing? I'm doing boss room. Okay, so we're doing a sort of like unofficial one here. Where'd she go? Okay. Actually, where is she? I'll be right back. She is nowhere bad. That's good. Okay. I don't actually know how I'm gonna do this situation, but usually I take things with the attitude of if I don't know how to do it, we'll figure it out later, and I'll make it anyway. Okay. Because what I want to have happen ultimately is I want to have a path here that's going to create stairs. And then I want to take you, make an FFC out of you. I actually want it half off. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe that won't work. What? Oh, I did that. All right. Crossbones? Oh, I didn't even see. I didn't even realize that's what I did. Works for me. Okay. It looks strange, but when I actually don't know how this is gonna work at all. Because like I'm gonna have this, but that can't work like that. Hmm. She's just sitting outside my door now. All right, that's better. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it needs to be like that. Really? So I'm on floor 4. Whoops. Yeah, that's goofy. So you have to go to each corner. Okay, that looks fine. 148 OX 3A. And that's 39. There. Yeah, this looks cool. So it doesn't matter where I stand. It just does the thing. Cool. I wish I could have it actually centered, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Oh, that's good, kitty. All right. So now how do I do this? This is gonna be the hard part now. I need first floor because I made some switches. Okay. So how is this gonna work? How am I gonna have a switch in each corner? This one's gonna be awkward. Can I move that to the right one? Oh, yeah. I can put it wherever I want. Might as well put that there. I was reluctant to put these return squares because I still hadn't confirmed if that's just how I really want to do it. Yeah, it is. So I'm okay putting that one. Unless, what if you... Oh, wait a minute. You don't have to just hit them all. You have to hit them in a particular order. Ooh. Ooh. I know exactly how I'm doing this with level state. So the whole turning the dungeon on only consumes level state 0. Okay, so I am going to need... I don't actually know how many of these I'm going to need. Okay, so let's walk through this. So let's put you down here. I don't know why I did that. They're literally all over here. So we're going to start with a switch, which I guess I should be consistent and have it be that way. So this is a sword trigger, X80, contributes to group 1. No, there's going to be a sword trigger, toggle level state 1. Here, I'll just do this. See, it'd be -4. Okay. So sword. Yep. Nothing. It's really nothing special. No trigger group. Okay, so that's gonna toggle level state 1. What that's going to do, so I'll put that guy here in the right color. So what that's going to do is it's going to trigger, say, a switch up here, which is going to do this. Level state reacts to level state 1. Okay, so this one's going to be interesting. So it's going to react to level state 1. But what's that actually going to do, though? So you hit that switch, that triggers level state 1. I gotta find a way that you can't cheese this. Oh, here we go. Reacts to level state 1. Changes to level state to trigger. So triggering this is simply going to react to level state 1. And all it's going to do is it's going to go to the next combo. Okay, that's all it's going to do. It's not going to... This particular one only responds to level state 1, which cannot be triggered with the sword, so that prevents you from going out of order. But then there's all these other combos. There's these other triggers here, though. Oh, wait. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, changes to level state 2 triggers. So now we add at end... reacts to... or sword trigger toggles level state 2. So that one. Okay, so it reacts to level state 1. So when level state 1 is triggered, this switch, which is otherwise untriggerable, changes, or it... I'm assuming the way it works is once this is done triggering, then it becomes this. So then it'll enter a state where the sword can now trigger it. which will then, so now I basically copy and paste. So now this is a reacts to state 2. Oh, you're being good now. You're just rubbing on me. Changes to level state 3. That should be all I change. Oh, you don't actually combo change. No. So let me go here because that's going to be a flaw. You don't change yet. You just use your secondary trigger effect. Sword trigger toggles state 3. And then you combo change. Wait, yeah, changes to 3. Did I actually do the... No. Oh, wait, this needs to be 2. Yeah. So let me walk through this for myself. Okay, so sword trigger toggles level 1 state. Sword, nothing else. Nothing here. She's licking my foot. That feels weird. So after the sword hits it, it toggles... Actually, I'm going to set that. Oh, no, I'll leave that like that for now. So it sets that. And then it changes to a switch that is no longer hittable. Yes. So it goes to this guy, which is just it's just a for show thing. And that's the only, like, combo changing you do. Okay. So then you. So when level state 1 is hit, you react level state, and just being very exhaustive that I'm not messing this up. Level state 1. Can't do 0 because that's handling the turning the dungeon on. So reacts to level state 1. Doesn't combo change. Is not sword hittable. Okay. So literally all it does is it then allows it to then... It allows it to then be triggered by the sword. Hang on. Okay. So that's responds to level state 1. What? A. No. I wouldn't mind her jumping on my desk if she didn't tear the place up. Reacts to level state 1, then changes to state 2. So me setting this to -1 mess that up. Interesting. Well, I can do EX0 because it's going to be, like, each of these can be EX0. So, okay, there does need to be an X state to determine what it's on. Okay, so this will still need a 0, and it can just be 0. All right, so now, sword trigger toggles state 2. That is the correct one. Yes, this is the one that's the one that actually triggers that. I assume, yeah, you'll be that. So now this will actually change combos to -5. Yes, because now it goes to the dormant switch. The for show switch, basically. Okay. So now responds to state 2. Changes to level 3 state. No changing there. No sword. All it does is basically, yeah, reacts and then goes down here. Now it's a sword trigger. -6. I think it's -6. I need to check. This might need to be a 1 then. Toggle state 3. I can foresee an issue where that wouldn't work if I just kept them both at 0. Because then that X state 0 is set, it'll just fly through both, and I assume not doing... It'll just... Basically, everything will auto-trigger all at once. So, can't do that. Okay. So now, final one. We just move it up a bit. So 3. Yes, I just simply change that to a 3. That's all that changes. Toggle state 4. So now the culmination of this is now state 4 is triggered. That's the final switch. So now, this is a bit strange. We need 2 new combos that level state, reacts to level state 4. Trigger secrets. Very simple. Very, very simple. And this has to be 2 because it already has a switch on that screen. This combo is triggered when it is hit. Okay. You're fine. Trigger secrets. SFX 7. I don't actually know if I need to do that. I think that just works. Yeah, this page is getting kind of messy. Whoops. There. I thought I would need 2 combos. I do not. So I could just place some like down here. Or honestly, I could place some like right next to it. Like right there. And then just to be a bit more downsizey, this screen doesn't need to do any carryover. Because it's on this side now, carrying over to the other side. Okay. So first things first. Nothing's there. I just follow my death. I also need to have... There we go. Oh, you know, there is an issue. I didn't place any of them. Wait. I heard a weird sound. I'll be right back. Must have been outside. She's just on her cat tree. She's been very dependent, so it's nice that she, on her own volition. Okay, so I should be able to hit that one. Well. Whoops. Okay, so something's working. Why does... What? Wait, what? I can't hit any of them now. Hang on, wait. Why am I able to just insta-trigger this guy? I'm also not a giant fan of the song. It probably will not be level 8's theme. I don't know. I like songs that while I'm developing the dungeon, I actually very much enjoy it. And yeah, it's just not there. Okay, so that makes sense. Why can't I trigger that? Okay, I can trigger that. Still can't trigger that. Now I can't trigger that. You're already dormant, so you're screwed. You're screwed. I'm screwed. Okay. So you're a sword trigger. You change to that. X8 0, level state 1. Yeah. When triggered, toggles the level based state specified. Okay, so, well, I don't even need to really look at this because that worked. I was able to hit that switch. For some reason. I'm not really sure. So now let's check you. Reacts to level state 1, changes to the level state 2 trigger. So this is triggered. So it responds to level state 1, and it doesn't do anything else. Yes. All right, you know what? We're going to make this a little easier for myself. I'll space them out a little bit. Okay, so we have this, 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 this. And I should be able to hit them in that order. And I should be able to see the logs. Why was extra state 0 set twice? This is not going to work all on one screen. So why do you just not... Huh? I mean, if this doesn't work, I know another way to do it. I just don't know why I can't do this with 4 combos. I know I could do it with like 7, but why not 4? So hitting the first switch should set off the second switch is what I'm testing here. Okay. Cool. So now I should be able to go into this switch, add at end, a combo change of -5. In fact, I should not have that change. Reacts to level state. Unfortunately, I have a trend with how I name this stuff. I want to be consistent. Reacts to level state 2. Reacts to level state 1. Toggles level state 2. Okay. Huh? Oh. No, I'm wrong. Sword or trigger toggles level state. That does the toggles level state 2. When triggered, toggles the state. Okay. Level state 2. Effect. You change. You react to sword. Just for the sake of this initial testing, you're X state 0. You're X state 1. Doing this so I can test it on one screen. X state 2. Okay. So now I should be able to hit the first switch, then the second switch, not out of order. Why do you just not? I swear, the editor knows exactly when to do an autosave. When triggered, toggles the level-based switch state specified as level state 1. Okay, we've already shown that this is being set off. Why are you not becoming a sword trigger? Like, are you capable of changing... Well, you are capable of changing combo. Okay, so theoretically, if I set this to 0 and then did this as -4, now it should become an invalid combo. This is the test that I can actually do this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do this some more annoying way. Okay, it's gone. So what I proved there is that it does go from this triggers, then this triggers. See, that went to -5, which is this, an empty, it's invisible. So you are doing something. You'd have to be 6, right? Yeah. Wait. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I didn't do the right thing. I didn't realize that test was invalid. I didn't realize that I was on that. This is where I would do -4, right? Because you're above that. Okay. Make you 0. So visually in the player, this should do the exact same thing visually. Okay, again, now I actually proved my point. Stupid. Yeah, it defaults to that one, which makes sense. I'm not saying that's stupid. It's just stupid I didn't notice. So we'll set this to 2. Effects. So you get 6. Okay. Weapon, sword. Effects, -6. Doing so toggles level state 2. If this works, I'll be so confused because I literally did this before. This is virtually no different. So first of all, why did you trigger? Are they not sequential? Also, you became a light. -4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. -4, 5. It'd be -5. So they're not sequential. Oh. Oh. Well, I definitely need that. I've seen that button before, but I never, like, really explored. I mean, I had no reason to. Although it does explain something. It does explain something else I was trying to do that wasn't working, and I ended up doing a different way. All right. Just, it did nothing. So that's cool. Because you are not a sword trigger. So it's not a sequential thing. This might be a question for the devs. All right. Hopefully I get a response quickly. So if this isn't possible, the way I would do it is simply have, instead of one combo with 2 triggers here, I would just split them up into different combos. Easy peasy. But then I would need 1 combo, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would need 9 combos to do this when I could very well just do it with 6. I think. If you can make them sequential, I can. I got a response. It depends. Okay. See why it depends. If multiple triggers share the same cause, which they don't, because one reacts to level state. And they trigger all from the same cause in the order they are listed. But if the combo ID changes, okay. It's starting to seem like I will need to make separate combos for this, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just going to start doing it. I assume that's what's going to happen here. All right. So this toggles level state 1. Okay, it sounds like I need another combo. So then the way this is going to work is we're going to kind of leapfrog here. So this does its thing with state 1. Then we have you. I'm actually going to put these over here. Oh, wait. She's saying I could put a level state condition. Emily's the one responding on this. That's a good idea. Ooh, I like that. So I would delete this, but on this, say you must have levels. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Required flag, too. Oh, wait. Nope, that ain't right. The level flags. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. So, you are a sword trigger, which does that. And it toggles level state 2. However, you need to have state 1. Okay, okay. Three. Wait, am I doing this right? I'm just paranoid. I want to make sure. So level state 1. You do that. Reacts to sword. No requirement. Okay. So that toggles state 1. So requires state 1 to be set. And then set state 2. Okay. Requires state 2. Toggle state 3. -5. No. So now you are sword trigger. Who requires level state 3. Hey, Mido. How you doing? Once again, this may not work because I have them on the same screen. If they all trigger at once, I know why. Okay, so far so good. Haha. It's because they all have the same thing. So if I were to say X state 1, X state 2, then I can have this all on one screen. X state 3. So ordinarily this would be unnecessary since they're going to be on different screens, but this is to test it quickly right here. I just want to know if this works. Boop. 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 Yay. Why did 148 OX49? Ah. Marvelous. It works. Oh, sounds cool, Mido. Awesome. So now we have 4 switches that must be hit in the proper order in order for you to proceed. We're going to put 1 in the furthest spot. 2 down here. 3 over here. And then 4 here. Oh, hey, switch. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Neither does that one. Oops. I wish I could just walk diagonally like that all the way and it'll just work. But that's not how I designed it. All right, I'm pretty convinced this works. Ho ho ho. Oh, that is beautiful. Like, wait. Spread your character compared to Link's Awakening. Doesn't make it spin while jumping. Ah, I see. Cool. So this just magically works. It is magic. Okay. So now the top floor of this is going to be super easy to make. Yeah. It's called Z3 scrolling, and it is a thing. I actually have numerous instances of it in my quest. Ignov is going to have a pretty cool entrance here. He's a cool dude. I think Regions is in 2.55. I'm in 3.0. In fact, here. This is the build I've been using for, well, since August. It is 3.0 pre-release. August 18th it was. I don't know if 2.55 has it. I'm going to assume it does. But the way you know is in regions. So if you look for regions, this is how you set it up. Also, I don't know if that can be the same. Okay, it's one off from that. And it's which staircase? It's going up to the right, so then that means I need this one. Ooh. Yeah, I have to go, but it's also 6 o'clock, so I need to eat anyway. If I'm not playing stuff with friends tonight, I could probably do more of this tonight. God, I really hate how it's like that. Because now it's like this. All right. Just gonna do this, and then I have to leave. But yeah, like I said, I might be back on tonight. We'll see how it goes. That didn't actually solve my issue. I need to actually do this. Okay. That solved my issue. It looks strange, but it's okay. It works. Like I need to use Z3 scrolling for dungeons and caves given the vibe and place. Yeah, I mean there's definitely a lot of places that it fits in best. But yeah, so I need to head out. I might be on later. We'll see. Keep an eye on the channel, and if you haven't already, join my dev Discord. That I send notifications there whenever I stream. So that's right. What I was trying to say, but my mind was getting stuck. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.